gonna go for my classical 5 minute break.
Oh, cigarette, yes.
Yeah. Need to
Hello.
refresh my nicotine level.
Hello.
Who's
Be
this?
right back. And
Oh,
Hey, this is
yeah.
Alex.
Hi,
Oh, this is
Alex.
Alex.
he's
Yeah,
back.
Alex.
Okay, no
Yeah.
nicotine.
No body, just hands and feet and a head.
And a New York accent.
That's right. Very New
I
York.
love that
Me
voice.
too.
Actually
That's
Where you from?
such a cool
I'm actually
upper.
from Vermont, and that's actually where I am right now. I've been bouncing around a little bit over Labor Day.
Oh, right. It is Labor Day.
Oh,
But you can do this from anywhere.
That's right. That's been the cool thing about this is most of the team is over in Venice, but I've been able to keep working on other projects and bounce around and just kind of check in on this every so often. And I have a background in theater, and of course, I've never been able to do that before with a real theater show. So that's been
Right.
cool.
that's very nice.
Awesome.
I like the experience.
I really loved it. Loved it.
Yeah, I
Yeah, you
thought
guys
that.
were definitely the best virtual audience we've had so far. So that was great.
Yay!
I like what you did with the set pieces coming from the floor. That
Yeah,
was
thanks.
that was a good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that was
liked how
something
you
we.
And the
Oh, go ahead.
lighting
Go
was
ahead.
great.
all the VR stuff, like also the growing bigger and the freezing. Was that a script? That was a fantastic idea.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool too. So a lot of
What
this.
was the script, or were the actors actually doing like that one?
Yeah, there were a lot of things that were customized. A lot of the scripts were made by Control Alt David for us.
Yay, David.
Hmm.
He's a genius. He's a genius.
Yeah, he's
Genius,
great.
genius.
So he helped set up that the set script for us to move the entities around and do our set cues. And the whole project has been growing for a little bit now because we started doing VR theater stuff um, basically by commission from High Fidelity about a year and a half ago, and it was these studies to see how live performance could work in VR. And so in New York City, we were hiring all these little New York City actors for these one-off experiments where we tried Shakespeare and comedy and pre-scripted things and improv, and we're just trying to discover what felt compelling. And so for a while, we were mostly doing improv comedy. We did a short thing at Futurelands,
We saw
and then
it here.
Yeah,
We
we're
yeah,
at the cinema here,
right.
But yeah, yeah.
or theater,
yes,
like a
yeah,
year
that's right.
ago.
Yeah, in December 15th, we did like a proper improv show
Yep.
in like a little
Yep,
proscenium
we were
style
there.
theater. Yeah, and so all those kinds of experiments, as we're figuring out things like scaling up and scaling down and the different ways to play with VR and flying and all that, that all became something that we were thinking about when Kira, our director, decided to hire Mac Rogers to write a show. She was asking him to try to build in some of these elements that would really take advantage of the medium. And
Hmm.
so that's kind of where we landed on a lot of what you just saw in the show.
Hmm.
Awesome.
It was.
Who's the author?
The author, the playwright is named Mac Rogers.
Hmm. And did you host it like from Digital Ocean or something, or where did you host it?
Where'd we the domain?
Yeah.
The domain is hosted by High Fidelity. We've been
Yeah,
lucky
they
to have a
did
lot
the
of support
build.
from them.
They did the build.
Yeah, so
You can tell their style.
Hmm.
yeah, well, I designed the theater and all the set pieces, and then they gave us free hosting and just gave us a place to put it.
Aha. So they were supporting
Nice.
you in the end.
That's good to
Yeah,
know.
so Ryan Karp has been very supportive of our efforts from the start. Before that, we had Tom who was helping us out, and then Milad has been great about just general tech support and was like, oh my god, all of our scripts stopped working. Milad, what can we do? And he's been great about that.
Welcome to High
Hmm.
Fidelity.
Exactly, yeah, yeah, because
On the
and
other
that was
end, everything is possible. So.
I know it's definitely both ends of that spectrum. We were very concerned because we, even with our year and a half of doing events in High Fidelity, we've still always had like weird things breaking where none of us know why it broke.
Right.
And so we were nervous about putting together something for the Venice Film Festival where it's like, God, we really need this to work. It's an important audience. So
Has it been any
lucky.
feedback yet? From
No,
Venice?
we got a nice little review from Ryan Schultz, who has his blog,
Yes,
and
Ryan.
yeah, Ryan Schultz. And then I don't think there's been much official press lately, and I actually haven't checked in much with the Venice team just to see what they're hearing from people there. But I mean, I'm getting the impression based on the way the crew has been talking in Venice that they've really been enjoying doing the show, and the real life audience in Venice has really been enjoying it as well.
The future is
So,
now.
so what does the real life audience feel like? Do they get to wear headsets at one
The
point?
kids in
or-
Vermont.
Yeah, that might actually be one of my kids running around, or someone else's kid. But there are a couple. I believe we have a couple of VIP seats for members of the press and that kind of thing, where they get to be there and basically choosing whether they're watching the real actors right in front of them or inside a VR headset. But most of the audience in Venice, they're sitting there in not a theater in the round like we're in VR. It's just an audience on two sides, and they're watching the actors, and then there's projectors showing everything happening in VR. And we have Adrian from Total Cinema 360, who's the VR cinematographer, and he's basically invisible inside high fidelity and moving his avatar around.
Yeah, I saw
and
him moving
giving
around.
Yeah, well, yeah. So we didn't see him; he's totally invisible, but he moves around and
I had
then
name
provides
tags on for a while.
right, and he provides a view that the real life audience in Venice gets to see projected up above them.
It was super awesome.
Yeah, so it's been really fun, and I think we're all feeling like this is just the start of a lot of the kind of things we want to do.
Only the
I heard one of
beginning.
you mention you're thinking of doing a Christmas Carol. Is that true?
We were thinking about maybe we'll adapt the script for VR.
Yeah, that'd be great. Did any of you see oh man, what was it called? It was a live immersive theater VR production of Christmas Carol, Chained. Any of you see that?
No. It's
So
been
Chained,
done.
they did this. It was all built on Unreal Engine, but they had like real physical actors in the space with you, and they took you through like a 30-minute version of a Christmas Carol, minus all the Christmas stuff. Like they made it pretty agnostic for what time of year you're watching the experience at. But it was very well done. They had one live actor playing all three ghosts, and some clever things going on with the way you would touch a surface and that what was happening virtually with that surface would change. So
Good idea. Spooktacular. My butt is sore from sitting.
cool. That sounds great.
So are any of you guys going to be at Oculus Quest?
Dr. Friend.
The Oculus Connect?
Are you there? Yeah.
No.
Do you remember the name of the person
Not this year.
with that post on the forum last night that you sent over to
I
the,
probably want to go to VR this
the
announcement.
thing? Yeah, last
Yeah,
night.
that'd be great.
Yo,
Let's do
Pacheco, I
that.
think
Let's
is
rent
the
a
Italian guy. I think
high
he's the
fidelity
Funko
Airbnb
Land
or
guy.
a FAQ.
I wrote that script.
Airbnb.
Really easy
Oh.
script. If you see that?
Because Dale is
That-
on.
Yeah, I hope we do something that just keeps building on everything we've learned. There's nothing particular in the works right now. I think we're all pretty laser focused on just getting through
No,
this and
I
having no
don't think
major
I was
problems.
wanted there,
But
so-
we're excited for next steps for sure.
It's you, I mean. You can join
I
that.
just jumped in there really quickly to
Oh.
see if he
So
was
Yeah.
over there, and
Yeah, he did. And I think Basinski answered him.
oh, okay. Did he
Uh-huh.
give him how to do it?
What? I'm sorry.
Did he tell him how to do it?
I think so. I'm not.
Oh, yeah, that looks like a good idea to me.
You could ask Basinski though.
Okay. Hey, Basinski.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep, I'm still here.
The person, did you tell him how to do the if-then statement or if-else statement to that guy that wanted the script?
Technical problems. We wanted to make sure the
Oh, no.
server didn't get overloaded, so we actually
did
were pretty
answer it.
strict about limiting the number of
I gave
avatars
him
we
an
could get
answer.
in there.
It was Claudia,
For our other
Checa,
performances, we
but
did
he-
find
he
once
was
we got
using
too
a
many
different
people
name
in,
on the
it just
forum.
made things more unpredictable
okay.
and things would crash and everything would
But,
reload.
Gave on.
We had problems
Yeah.
with some people
I wrote
seeing
that
certain
script for
assets
him
and other people
last night
not
because I
seeing
was
them.
bored.
So there might even be like an
Okay.
actor where like 50% of the people can see that actor, and then the other 50% can't. So it would be like, okay, why is that happening? And then we were having issues with some of the scripts we were using would just stop working, and so we'd have to go and reload all of our scripts to try to get that working again. But that's tricky because sometimes our scripts follow a certain chain of events, and after 3 or 4 scripts happen, or 3 or 4 events in a script happen, it's kind of a domino effect. And so if you reload all the scripts, it can be tricky to get back up to that point.
Right over here.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of wondering.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, we had like, there's a pretty big crew on this. So we have like a sound guy, and Sarah is our stage manager, and so she's triggering the light cues and the set cues and all that. So we're not really going into create mode to modify anything during the show. Pretty much everything is set up as a cue, but we have to hit a button to make all those cues happen when they need to happen.
How many people have you sitting on computers in the background?
Oh, say that a little bit louder, sorry.
How many people do you have sitting at computers and doing the lights and the set design?
So the set cues and the light are all being done by Sarah, the stage manager. She's also doing the screen broadcast, which got a little bit messed up at the end of today's show because they were also using that computer as a second camera. So they're doing like a camera A, camera B sort of thing for the live audience now. And then we have Z-E, who's our sound guy. And then we have like a docent for each of the actors who are basically watching each of the actors' computers really closely to make sure nothing happens, like, them suddenly getting muted or anything like that.
She had a few troubles towards the end with her.
Right. So we have one person per actor computer to try to troubleshoot that in real time.
That's a lot of people.
Cool.
Yeah.
So how many actors?
All the actors had trackers on them. Yep. I think we always do foot trackers and of course the headset in the hands. And then if we can get 1 or 2 other trackers to work without too much jitter, we'll add the other trackers on as well for the pelvis and the chest. And
are there also the actors, are they like also in high fidelity here, or they're only using your app?
They're all there. So at the beginning, when the screen broadcast was a little bit clearer, you could see the actors with their VR headsets on, walking around the stage. So they're all in Venice.
Okay, but they never visit here because I never see them in here.
Yeah, you were pretty much
what do you mean?
undercover.
Well, there are
the
none.
whole production. We saw you once, or twice, like the theater improv shows. And the Futurelens performance.
Oh, right. So yeah, those were different actors.
Then
yeah. So
suddenly it was like, wow, HiFi in Venice. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. So we actually, and just to give a little bit of a sense of how that happened, we actually were approved to do more of an improv show for the Venice Film Festival. And then there are a few elements that became a little bit weird to work out with some of the actors that we've used in the past for improv. So instead we decided to go toward what we'd been wanting to do from the start, which was something scripted. So this did come together very, very fast.
Nice.
As of, a month and a half ago, there was still no script. We weren't sure who was going to be cast.
Wow.
It all happened very, very fast.
Now it gets even better. If that was your backup plan. Wow.
Yeah, right. Yeah, improv was the first plan and something scripted was the backup plan.
But I have to
That's funny.
say, I love this. Is one of my favorite VR events ever. When you did the improv show with
The improv was
the
great.
audience.
Oh, good. I'm glad you like
got
that.
to do something finally. That was so really cool. I'll always remember that.
Yeah, and we're definitely not done with improv. We still really enjoy, that kind of work, and the actors who are already so used to being in VR now, Kevin Lapson and Rachel Shear and some of these others, they're great, and so we definitely want to keep working with them as well.
Awesome. So are you gonna stay on high fidelity?
Yeah, for now.
It's working. It's working.
It's working. I feel like it might even be in the last couple releases. It's become more stable. There have been fewer crashes. Yeah, so I think we're getting to a good place. And again, especially compared to the other social VR platforms, I've been very impressed with the level of support we've gotten directly from the company. Like, I know some people at VR Chat, and they're great, but they've also made it very clear, like, if we want to put on an event in VR Chat, like, they're not going to provide any kind of support for us, they're like, do whatever you want, but you're on your own. So it helps us, our stress level a lot to feel
tons of money.
Exactly. Yeah. So no, High Fidelity has been really good to us, and even with their pivot towards more of this kind of enterprise world, they've still continued to support these theater live performance efforts. So
That's very good to hear.
we feel really grateful.
That makes
about
me
that.
happy. Maybe they'll support us for doing. Well, we won't do Christmas Carol now because it's been done. We'll find something else to do.
Yeah, but I mean, even and even if you did do Christmas Carol, like I'm sure it would be a very different performance from the live immersive theater one. But it's if you do Christmas Carol, I would definitely say take a look at some of the reviews of Change because there might be some good lessons there.
Yes. The Chains of Marley.
Yes.
Hey Alex, I have a question. Are you able to talk about the Bose VR glasses?
Oh, sorry. Say that last part a little bit louder.
No, the Bose VR headset.
Yeah, so that's all been Kira and I believe Maria on our team who've put that together. I actually have very little knowledge of how that's played out. I have a Bose AR and I've developed stuff with it. Do you guys all know what the Bose AR glasses are?
No, but if they're made by Bose, they're probably great.
Right. So they are really great, and luckily Bose has been giving all these developer workshops where they're giving them away for free, which is nice because they cost like $200 if you want to buy them out of pocket. But they're sunglasses. They're like nice sunglasses, and there's no visual component to it at all. It's augmented reality purely from the audio side. And so basically it has, an accelerometer, a gyroscope, a magnetometer, all of the sensors that a phone has when you're doing phone-based VR. And so what that gets used there is it pays attention to, where you're looking. It can detect gestures like nodding your head or shaking your head. It can tell if you're running versus walking. And so all of that data can inform this augmented reality audio experience that feels very spatial. They can actually make it sound like there's a sound coming from a particular spot behind you. So I'm actually not sure what Kira and Maria put together on the Bose side yet. But we've been playing. Cool. So we've been a really simple use case we've been doing with this is David Gotchfeld, the lead technical director on this show, who's also been part of all the Alive in Plastic Land improv stuff we've been doing for a while. He did a production of Hamlet a long time ago with just 2 actors and still had a really good audio recording of that. So I tried taking those audio tracks and playing with the Bose AR to make it feel like, those actors are moving around you and you have Hamlet's ghost who's huge and, Hamlet who's much smaller and trying to see how much of that we can convey purely through audio. And that's been really fun to experiment with. We live in exciting times, right?
Yeah. We really do. We're really right at the cusp of it.
It's time to invent stuff. There's a lot of still unknown, so there's a lot of possibilities to create something that nobody has.
That would be amazing.
Think
about it. You could literally write a program where everybody around you sounds like they have the walking farts. So you're walking through the middle of town, and everybody around you is just walking around.
Yeah.
Yep.
It'd be amazing.
So again, guys, you were by far the best virtual audience we've had.
Thank you.
I just got a message.
By the way.
Sorry?
Can we connect?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't actually know how to do it.
Squeeze.
Put your hand to mine.
Oh, what if I'm not in VR right now?
Doesn't matter.
Keep
X on your keyboard.
Oh, there we go. Great.
Okay.
Wow. Cool. All right. Anyone else who needs to connect? Yeah.
Yes,
cool.
yes.
I had no idea that the X button did that. That's news to me.
Who's been?
Yeah, and so the whole crew
didn't work yet, Baz, did it?
Oh man, yeah. Maybe I have to press
yeah.
it again. There we go. I think I have to let go of X and then press it again. So the whole crew, by the way, we're all on Slack talking to each other, and they wanted me to make sure everyone knows that anytime you guys want to come to another show, you're more than welcome.
Awesome.
Yay, thank you.
And is it accessible just with HiFi?
Yep.
Oh, wait, let me get a closer. Oops.
There you go.
Yay, thank you.
What domain it is then?
That's right.
Oh, so you're
Oh, what domain? The domain is Loveseat.
Loveseat, the domain, yes. So we're whitelisted forever.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Am I connected with everyone?
Yay. And thank High Fidelity for supporting you.
Yeah, absolutely. No, they've really been great. And so now, just to give you guys a sense of how weird of a world I'm living in right now, so I just got done doing this, and now I'm in Vermont and about to go celebrate my wife's grandmother's 90th birthday party.
Wow.
Well, actually, I have to cook dinner for someone.
So I love that. I love that places like High Fidelity allow us to do all these things remotely, and other parts of our life can keep happening.
Yep.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. Well,
Nice meeting you, Alex.
yeah, nice to meet you all. You're all wonderful. I hope to see you again soon. And let's all stay in touch.
By the way, I took some stills. Can I tweet them?
Sorry, say that one more time.
I took some stills of the performance.
Oh yeah,
It said it did because it's
Please,
from
yeah.
an unprintable area, right?
Yeah, no, anything you guys want to post on social media, anything like that, that would all be wonderful. Tag me, tag Kira, Double I Pro. All publicity for this is great because it's such a new thing. I think we have had a little bit of trouble getting certain people excited about it because they just don't quite understand what's happening. So, all press is good press right now.
Awesome.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And best wishes to the actors. And
Yes, absolutely.
congratulations. The actors too? The actors too? That's cool. But I still need nicotine now.
There we go. I just left VR, so.
I think I have to cook some dinner.
Yeah.
No, don't run away, guys. Just getting cozy, but after 1.5 hours, I need nicotine.
So, but it's surprising to me that that High Fidelity is supporting these kind of groups, but not saying anything.
Yeah, really. Because
Yeah,
this is such great publicity. It's.
No. So maybe maybe if there are some projects that are interesting, then it is still possible that they will support it. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, name dropping. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, that I understand. Yeah, I understand how that goes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. As long as they keep it open so that we can use it, then
Yes.
I have nothing against it. So we can build our own stuff in a niche if that's. But the bigger it gets, the better. I think. If they then they will keep doing updates also, and if the community like us is if we are benefiting from those updates, then there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, you don't want to have all this negative press all the time. So I think currently now, if you see the people online in the social worlds that talk about high fidelity, it's a group of I don't know it will be like 500 people. So that and they don't have really a big impact in the news, so to say. But you can imagine if that they don't really care about that. But if it gets bigger and then there's like 100,000 or a million people complaining, then then yeah, no, yeah, but if you know, for example, if those guys, the Mythbusters that were at the Futureland, if they would say like on their Twitter account, well, high fidelity is crap, it was a bad audio and a bad thing, then they will listen because they have a lot of connections. Yes, yeah, that's true. Hmm. Hmm. No. Yeah, so and also things can turn around also with people coming. Yesterday there were two people from Second Life, and there can be at one moment be a pivot point where when it catches up, then people start moving moving to other places, and there's really a lot of people in Second Life or in OpenSim or in those kind of places. Once they choose their VR platform of choice, so to say, then there will be a lot of shifting around of these people, and then the community could be a lot bigger. Because I think in the end,
Oh my
they
God,
you
an
know
avatar
they,
just
they
shot
have
me.
big economies like $500 million Second Life, but they have to go somewhere if that after some time because it will not be supported in the future. I think. Huh. Hmm. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so but that could be also like a business model in that. So if you would, for example, I helped Mary. I helped to put a piece on hyperspace on my gallery. So for people maybe they don't have a domain of their own, or they think it's too complicated. Then you could even sell that. I think to people. So to have that support, like I was saying earlier, that High Fidelity could get money from supporting their platform. Yeah, yeah. So there will be like, I think, hey, yes, there's the hello. Yeah, his avatar was there, but now I don't see him. Hello.
It looks like he turned into a Woody.
He turned into a Woody. Yeah.
Uh,
Hello. Are you muted?
oh, wait, hold on.
Oh, there's the other actor. Hello, Bruce. Are you muted? Microphone muted? Bruce, yeah, they need to unmute probably the audio. Hello. Are they still loading? Hello. Can you hear us?
Unmute and hello and congratulations. That was fantastic.
I don't know if they can hear us.
Oh, okay.
Hello, Bruce.
Are you muted, Bruce?
Hmm. Let's see. Chat.
What they just dropped in but are AFK. Yeah.
I think they took full use of the also the feed trackers and everything. I think
I loved how they conveyed everything through body language.
yeah. So yeah, you need some kind of like acting for VR right now because they have of course difficulties to do like emotional things with their
But
faces and everything.
so often I got so much fooled by the high fidelity animations. I was like telling my life story to somebody who then came back after half an hour like, yeah, I'm back. I'd just been AFK. I was like, oh, finally somebody listens to me and looks into my eyes.
Unmute.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could imagine in bigger theaters when they you have these large set pieces, and normally they come from the top of the theater, but you could imagine very well that you do that in VR like that you
But
completely
that's
change
a
these.
nice thing in VR anyhow. But like, let's tidy up. Let's make this non-collidable and sink everything in the floor. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you could see how this can be very big, huh? At this virtual theater, you can imagine the big set pieces that you could make, and also
Yeah, that was like such a enlightening moment for me because like I come from movies and like for every piece of set you want to have, you have to invest like into material and building
yeah.
personnel and food and then remember, darling, when were setting up for the Matrix movie with Piper, I was like puzzling, like, okay, I want a bed and 100 purple pills in front of it. And like
Hmm.
with Darling, it was done in like 3 minutes.
Uh-huh.
And
Doing
I
what?
imagine like, do you remember when we set up for that Matrix parody I shot with Piper?
Oh yeah.
And I was
That took
like,
forever to set up for.
no, it was like 2 or 3 minutes. I was like, in real life, this would have been so expensive and so freaking complicated.
But did you see my movie on what shot on hyperspace on the Ghost Festival?
Remind me which plot it was. I remember that I liked it a lot. It was you in hyperspace.
Yeah, it was with the penguin, the
Hunting.
flaming penguin.
Yeah, I loved it. I freaking loved it. That was so cool. And I loved like all the gamer insider jokes.
Yeah, but you can build these large pieces, and you have just the cameras, and I think you could build a lot of tools for cameras, and currently I have simple tools for that. And that's cameras that follow you around, or cameras that do like dolly shots, or like you can all put all these kind of things. You just program them, huh?
I can't. That's my problem.
Yeah, but okay, but there's a lot of people that probably could do that, and but also making set
Yeah.
pieces like 3D models and everything. So
Oh my God, there are two of them. They're
have you Have you ever seen? Of yeah, did that Oculus on the Rift? You had a demo of you were sitting like in a boat, and there was some opera on the background music. Have you tried that?
Not a Rift girl.
Oh, sorry.
I'm suspicious of Facebook.
Oh yeah, me too. But yeah, well,
Um,
um,
oh, God, I don't remember what I was going to say. Oh, is Dr. Fran going to do her thing today?
yeah.
Yeah, it's about what I would do if I were a CEO of High Fidelity.
Oh, what I would do if I was the CEO of High
Yeah.
Fidelity.
It's your show. I give you my 2 minutes.
Oh my God, I would go to Burning Man, do some acid, have a good party. Oh wait,
It's called Senza Peso. It's already an old demo. Maybe it's also on Steam. I don't know. But that's really nice.
wait, I think he's talking the language of Tim.
Yeah.
Humble Tim. Yeah.
Language.
We need a computer translator here.
Oh no.
That we hear when they fixed it.
What was that?
Yeah, I remember that one time when Tim actually said, like, I got a log off, I got somebody coming over. And everybody was
The hell was that?
It was not somebody. It was an entity, probably. Because
Oh God.
it's anonymous too. Anonymous too.
Ah, okay. Anonymous. The other Anonymous is gone.
Are you there, Neo?
I don't even know anymore.
Talking about
Can
the
I show
Matrix.
you something?
I mean, I can't stop you, can I?
In my left hand, I have a red pill. No, come over here. Look at this.
But you don't have hands.
Are you in desktop?
I am a desktop. I can't get it to run on my VR rig anymore.
Shit.
Yeah.
Do you see that red sign over there
over
saying
there
visit
saying
my domain?
Yes, I do.
Click there.
Oh, no, I'm not clicking on anything right now. This computer can barely
Oh, it
handle
won't.
my fidelity of
Oh, it
audio.
won't send you anywhere. It was
Hello,
just
Bruce.
asking you a question.
Huh? Now I'm curious. Okay.
Are you muted?
This is something
He
really
crashed.
gonna fix it, okay?
I went to mouse over it, my client immediately crapped out. Wonderful.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I told you my client is near crashing.
I can't trigger it, darling. What do I have to do?
Oh, I have to write it to be able to be done in
Oh,
VR.
no, audio's gonna why do I bother with this?
So what is it HiFi or is it your
It's
your
HiFi.
Yeah,
My rig is fine. I hear
I
myself
got
going
the
through.
problem that on the Steam version,
Who am I echoing to?
Avatar
That guy
app
over there.
crashes.
Oh, and
my
everyone is
client.
steered, so I can't select people to adjust their audio. Wonderful. Oh. Bloody fucking hell.
Hello. Can you hear us? Can you hear us? We can't hear you. Are you maybe muted?
Maybe he has the wrong mic chosen. Because we can hear ourselves still on.
And the new Windows update, it's really Add things to the audio settings and interfaces. Try on your tablet. You can get up your tablet with your Vive, left top menu button. Get up your tablet. Go to Out Audio. And in the left top corner, you might be able to unmute yourself. Now I can see your lips moving. That means that you're talking. But it's not arriving. Oh my goodness, I muted this. Okay, I muted you, and now I'm on your speaker and can hear myself with this audio torturing. Okay, that's a funny.
I see this is going to be one of these kind of day. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the new Windows update. They hide the sound system option totally, like you have to go into settings and at the same time the system update activated like all audio devices. Or it might put to a digital output. Oh, they're gonna get there. I'm confident. Oh, they seem to be pretty tech savvy. No. Okay, let's carefully try to unmute you. 1 second. Test. Hello. We get distortion again. Okay.
I think that's coming from the mixer.
What you could do is close down the client, go to your sound managing settings, disable any audio device which isn't connected to your VR setup, and only let the microphone you have on your head and the your earphones do the trick. Only those activated, and then try to restart the client.
Perfect. Okay.
I'm just gonna untangle your microphone while you're like,
Sure.
Hello? Could we? I muted him because I was.
Yeah.
It's really nasty to the ears. Hello. I can't hear you still. Or did
No,
I?
they were there just for a few seconds.
Got it here. Headset. All right, perfect. Now you can hear me. We're good to go. Thanks you guys for hanging out. Sorry about that. Our computers are set up for for the actors and everything. And this is an audience computer, so obviously it's as an audience computer we had
Awesome,
needed
you
it.
made it, and you made a
Nice.
fantastic show.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, so I'm Mark Sternberg. I'm one of the producers on the project.
Cool.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming out. And yeah, so I think you guys might have seen a little bit of our setup here in Venice. We're actually on an island called Lido. It's a little bit south of Venice. And you might have seen in the beginning the screen share, screen leap. And are you, Sabio, is that you jumping? Nice. And Sabio's just messing around with Bruce, one of our actors. Our actors are actually created by the really talented animator Lily Fang. She does a really fantastic job. And
Awesome.
yeah.
Let's do some.
Not right now. That was an emote, but yes. Normally, what we do is, I don't know how much time you guys spend in high fidelity, but we're using the trackers. So we do feet and hips, and we calibrate. We've done a lot of custom scripts that make it a lot easier to do. We've talked to a guy named Control Alt David, and also some of the high fidelity team. They've provided us a lot of great scripts. And they do certain things that are really useful for our actors. I mean, you probably noticed we're in a whole array here of HTC Vive version 2, and the actors lose tracking from time to time, but they're always ready to calibrate. We also created a custom.
How big is your area? I saw that you have like 4 lighthouses.
Yeah, it's 4 lighthouses. I believe it's. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. But the 3 actors are within individual spaces within the 3 lighthouses, and I think we put the lighthouse distance to its maximum, whatever that is, for Vive 2.0. So we used to actually deal with the Vive 1.0 system in the U.S. when we were rehearsing this, and the tracking's been a lot better. The one problem that we have that you have to keep in mind with Vive trackers is that Wi-Fi and Bluetooth have a tendency to interfere with them. So if you ever saw the arm like glitch out or something, or maybe
also like the audience's Bluetooth, if they got like
so we have to tell the audience to turn off their like Wi-Fi and Bluetooth.
Okay.
Yeah, we tell them on the way in. But we have a lot of VR pieces that are all around us that they're all using Vive. Vive is a sponsor of this festival, so cool. Some of the signals will cross and interfere. But we've done pretty well in terms of taming it to a minimum. There's only 1 or 2 like hand glitching outs where like the elbow.
What were like the biggest technical hassles you ran into?
There was a
the
lot.
Internet fine? How was the
right.
firewall?
So to give you an idea, if you ever want to pull up in a map, we are on the island. It's VR Island for the Venice Film Festival.
The location.
Oh, okay, yeah. So Lazaretto Vecchio has a lot of problems, as you can imagine. If you don't know this, it was like a former hospital that had been abandoned. I'm using the term hospital lightly. It was where they let like lepers and Black Plague victims to die. So that you actually can see written on the walls in some places, their last will and testament in Italian. But the space itself has been complicated. The festival is fantastic. All of the personnel are great. The space itself is a little bit complicated. It is an exposed concrete floor, so there's a lot of dust flying around. There's issues of bandwidth, but fortunately the tech team here was nice enough to give us our own, I don't know if it's a real network, I think it's a virtual private network, but they've been nice enough to give us dedicated bandwidth for the entire show. So it's going very well. We haven't really had any disconnects, just occasional tech issues that just pop up. To give you an idea of how we do the audio, what we're actually doing is because we were doing it both in live and virtual reality, we teamed up with a company called Chapter 4, and what they're doing is they are feeding our audio out of the, they're using a microphone on the ear, sending it to their sound system, and feeding it to the speakers, but also wirelessly back to the computer itself, and we are using that as the microphone. That was why we really couldn't use a microphone, because the Chapter 4 guys went home for the night. But that's why we couldn't use one of the actor computers to talk to you guys today. Was because
wait, like you got like a microphone on the actor's head?
That's right. We have
that microphone is streaming to like the real life sound
system, yeah.
Mixing the
yep.
pult thing, and at the same time to the computer involved.
Exactly. So right. So we're patching it into a soundboard exactly, and sending it back out, one to the speakers that are here in Venice, and then one set that are going back into the virtual world that you guys are hearing. Something that we've had occasional glitches where sometimes it doesn't reach you guys in the virtual world. That's why we have some of our team actually watching the virtual space to let us know when that happens, and then we would resolve it.
How big is the team?
Oh God, here in Venice, I think our team is about 12 or 13. Throughout the world of people that have participated in this project, it's closer to 20. Some of the people, Alex Coulombe was nice enough to create our space. He designs theaters for a living, virtual theater. He designs them first in virtual reality, and then they produce them in real life. But in this case, he produced a fantastical virtual theater just for VR. And Lily Fang, as I had mentioned, did our animation, not the animation, the models and textures and everything. She did not do the rigging. That was nice enough by Nice Shoes to do some of our rigging. And yeah, so, High Fidelity has been very receptive. We've talked to, they've provided resources and such to make sure that this all goes smoothly. But yeah, we just have a team that's, working. There's a lot of stuff that we're doing behind the scenes constantly. If you saw that Bruce's foot may have turned backwards during the show at one point, that was just because the tracker came loose. You're doing a live show, anything can happen at any time. Fortunately, we have a team of 3 trackers to each individual actor that is not only untangling cables, but looking for those sorts of issues and resolving them on the fly. So it is by far the most technical project here at Venice. It's like a heavy load for us to do every single day. We have like a 2-hour setup each day, and yeah, it's a complicated space. I hope you guys caught a little bit of it from our live stream. It's not the best resolution, but again, we're competing with bandwidth issues.
Is there a possibility to maybe have a YouTube stream of the video you put on the reality
unfortunately,
portal?
yeah, I wish. Right, I wish we could, but unfortunately, due to certain contractual issues with the unions that the actors are part of, it's not going to be possible.
Okay.
Yeah. So
you can screen that in VR,
just
but
for a little
not
bit,
in real life.
yeah. So but we can't give away recordings because that's certain issues. Okay. All right.
Can we connect, by the way? Can we connect before we lose you?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna. Sorry, one of our heads of the festival here. Nice to meet you guys.
Keep pressed. Keep it pressed. Keep it pressed. Just like a burst.
And we're now connected.
Awesome. But yeah, with Loveseat being 5.
So
what's your name again?
I'm Mark Sternberg. I'm one of the producers. I'm going to put you in with one of our technical directors, and if you have any additional questions, you can talk to him, and he can also give you more information if you want to find out more about the project. I'm going to switch over to him. I got to talk to somebody about the festival. I'll be right back. Catch you guys.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Mark Sternberg, where's my notes? Not Mark Sternberg, where's my notes? Mark Sternberg, where's my notes? Mark Sternberg, where's my notes app, for real? Fuck.
Hey guys, I'm now a different person.
Hello.
What's up? I'm Sabio.
Thank you for this amazing show.
Oh, cool. Thank you guys. So I was in the background actually doing like live cinematography for people here in the space, and then also kind of like fixing a couple things. Like if you noticed, there's like an issue with the foot trackers for the Vive sometimes, where like
nobody sees it.
Okay, cool. I'm fixing little things that nobody gets to see. So they really aren't. It's something that we did consider saying, and kind of just like explaining at the beginning, like, hey, these are all the people that it takes to do a type of show like this. This is, this person over here who's doing live camera work, another person over there with another live camera. These actors are here acting both in the real world, but also controlling different things that are happening to them in the digital space. and we haven't really like come out and said that. We do obviously mention within the narrative of the piece, like the host is like talking about, hey, there's a digital audience, hey, there's a real world audience, you know. You are all connected now online and in real life, you know. So it's said in that way. I think maybe when people look into it more, or actually like ask Kira or Mark or one of the producers or directors about it, then they just kind of give them the full download of everything. I do know that the curators are very well versed on everything that it took to put this piece together. And one of them was like very, very moved by the piece and said, you know, this is like...
And it's really nice also, like content-wise. It gives you like a nice out view, and I think...
Cool. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, if you're on location, you can see the cables and the crew.
It's true. People on location can see that all the actors are being spotted. We put like little holes. So one of the webcam that you guys got a view through was pointing through a little like window thing. So we have these cloth walls. And then
nice.
Behind the cloth walls are 3 different groups. So we have like audio over here. We have in the middle, we have director and stage manager. And then on the other side, like cinematographer. And people can see through and actually see our faces. And like that, we're doing things behind the scenes.
Nice.
So that's cool. And then at the end, you know, the actors definitely do like bows, and then they do like gestures to thank us.
How did you manage if the actors are all in one lighthouse setting?
Yeah,
That when they were talking at the same time, that this didn't like go through to us?
That it did come through?
No, it didn't. It almost didn't.
So for the actors, they all have like little mics on their face, and those are wireless mics connected through the audio system. So all of them are going through like audio interfaces connected to one big audio mixer in the back, and then the sound guys are controlling that, and basically like mixing stuff live. Because y'all could hear the music too, right?
Yeah,
the music too.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, that was great. I really got you in the mood. Yeah.
Exactly. So you have all of them coming in as different lines in like one big mixer, and then the one big mixer is what's sending it out online.
Nice.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so the actors have a mic. They're moving themselves on stage, obviously, and also, you know, like teleporting if they need to.
Practical question.
Yeah,
How
of course.
did the actors manage not to totally twist their cables?
So they
like
practiced.
If you do
they
like
practiced a lot.
360s in the wrong, in the same direction, you've messed up.
Yeah, for sure. So they, you know, we went through some times where they practiced a lot of intense movements. Sometimes they unplugged things. They learned what to do, what not to do. We actually took it to another complicated step and had HTC Vive Wireless at the beginning.
Okay.
Beginning of, I guess, last week. We were testing that out here in Venice. But there's a little camera that has to track the wireless thing that's on your head, and that was getting interference from somewhere, and we could run one by itself, but as soon as we had 3 going, it just started causing problems. So we were like, look guys, if we can hook it up with wires, let's just do that and forget about it. It's complicated enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See. I did once a little show for Landshut International Short Film Festival in Germany,
Oh, cool.
and we had like a movie screening and a Q&A where I brought the director in, and I had people perform in VR. That's why I'm so interested in, because you always run into location-based problems.
For sure, for sure. One thing that was really good about the space here is that it's like basically like an old brick building, and then they built like temporary walls. So there's no like reflective things which could mess with the lighthouses and things like that. Because sometimes you go into a building, it's like all glass, and you're like, oh boy, here we go. Oh, interesting. It blocks it? Huh.
No, I was in the Bavarian Creators Lab, and we were in like a thrilling, great place, like the king's residence. So I was always imagined like this has been the king's bedroom where we have our VR setup. And then people wanted to do photogrammetry. And suddenly they realized that like everything, there were like lusters all over. No, it was not photogrammetry. No, they wanted to showcase. They had like a great setup because they did some photogrammetry piece, which would like switch environment in VR. And then suddenly they realized we can't work the lighthouses in here because there were like lusters and mirrors and sparkly polished surfaces all over.
And that works, huh?
That works?
That's
good. Dulling spray always works, but you can't use that on antiques. Yeah. Are you traveling the
yeah, we
circuit?
definitely hope so. So we're in competition here. So it's a juried competition. I believe we find out in a few days. I'm not totally sure of the like awards announcements, but these first few days, I think today and the last 2 days were jury days, and the days before that were press days. So now though, I think maybe some jurors might come tomorrow, but I'm pretty sure today was the last day for jurors, and we'll see what they think. And you know, as long as we get like good press and like, especially if we win like an award here, then we're definitely gonna be taking this to like other festivals and stuff like that, which would be great, of course. Definitely. Our director helped produce it herself and like considered this whole like trip and this whole experience a big investment. And the whole goal of this is to showcase what we've done and showcase all of like what we're doing and the vision for it. And obviously, like we're gonna continue improving on it and like just show that to be like, hey, like this is something that other festivals could take as well, you know.
I was thinking it would be maybe nice because at the festivals they always have like 10 VR booths where everybody puts up their experience in competition. Maybe it would be doable to get like one time slot where you get all these 10 computers locked to HiFi.
Cool.
Can we connect before you go?
Yeah. How do we do that?
Keep the grip buttons pressed on my hand. Keep it pressed.
Okay, cool.
Keep it pressed.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, and what's your real life name? Because Loveseat being 5 is not twitterable.
No, my real name is the Glad Scientist, and that's actually what my name in High Fidelity actually is.
What? The
Glad Scientist.
Instead of Mad Glad, I love that. Cool.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we can find each other later.
Awesome.
On here and stay connected.
Congrats to the actors. I loved how the actors
Cool.
used like their body language. Congrats
Yeah.
to the whole experience compiling that you used so much great stuff which is only possible in VR and not in real life, and congrats to the technical setup. I'm deeply impressed.
Thanks. Yeah. I'm from Berlin actually. And then the
Was?
rest of the team's
Echt?
from New York.
Dann lass uns doch mal treffen in Berlin, ne?
Yeah.
Wie heißt denn? Kann ich dich befreunden? In echt?
Yeah, but my German sucks.
The one time I'm excited enough to instantly switch to German.
Sorry.
But I'm gonna just put you down as but the sorry, that was very Berlin. That is like total Berlin accent.
Me personally, well, I do a lot of live performance in VR and like music, like audiovisual stuff. But I was just passing through New York, and Kira, the director, I was actually just trying to hang out with her, and she was like, "Call me now." And they needed another tech person, and said, hey, like, it's gonna be, starting tomorrow, and then we're gonna go to Venice with this thing. And I was like, okay, this was going to be my vacation month, but let's do this. And it's been awesome. It's super cool. Yeah. I mean, all the other people have way different stories for all of it. I think, okay, and I do got to go now, actually, because we're starting the AR stuff in 2 minutes.
Okay.
But it was super good to meet you guys.
Much.
Bye.
And if you come across the Bavarian crowd, tell them best wishes from Tina or Christina.
Cool. Awesome. All right, bye.